plant lover. You might find it interesting I became plant lover. From the early age, I had lived in a house with a garden. In the garden, there are lots of plants and trees. And most of them are raised by mother, so she often brought me to the garden while I carried them. There, I saw my mother carrying them, watering them, and loving them. So by doing so, it was not difficult for me to experience the grow small plants and watering them and play with them. Thanks to this experience, my interest naturally grew in plants, started growing some small plants on my own. One day, I watered one of my plants in the flower garden. The plant name was startled plant. So along the way, I found a leaf from dropping from the plant on the surface of soil. As a young kid, I felt sad. So I put them and then buried in another pot, hoping that later it helped the other plants as a fertilizer. Several days later, I came again to water them. But I was surprised at the scene of the two parts of a circular plant. For the first few seconds, I thought, doesn't my mother like to grow the circular plant so she bought one more? And I looked at it once more, but it was too small, as if it was just a sprout. At that time, the memory that I buried the dead leaf popped up in my mind, and I came to realize that the place the new plant sprout was a spot that I buried the dead leaf. Stunned, I could not bring myself into movement. Then I thought, how the seemingly dead leaf can be a new plant? Then I imagined that by planting the leaves into new pots, I can become a succulent plant farmer. As a young kid, it was nothing short of amazing. The young Dong-hyun's curiosity instinct, however, did not stop at that. Then I thought, what was the source of tenacious vitality? I wondered and searched the internet for the secret of the plant vitality. It was literally breathtaking. For example, the ginkgo tree, which is easily found around us, is believed to have existed 250 million years, and the Briscoe pines have lived over 5,000 years. And I held another question. Then what makes them live longer? And what is the secret of their longevity? Actually, at that time, I couldn't find the reason, but in fact, it was a theme that inspired the world biologists working on it. A 160-year-long study on the origin of plant vitality found out there are certain cells that keep dividing and forming into any sorts of cells of organs, tissues, and cells in a plant. The scientists coined them plant stem cell. The cell is able to turn into every sort of cell, and the cells made up the tissues. Eventually, the tissues became the leaf, root, and body. Given this, if we take the plant stem cell, the massive production of certain parts of plant will be possible without growing the plants from scratch. The third is, we can get the certain element and the material from the plant. Pretty succinctly, we can get a lot of core elements of apple without apple trees, but with the plant stem cell. And furthermore, the scientists see the enormous impact of the plant stem cell on many industries. They believe that the plant stem cell can help the excessive supply of rare and unique elements for the cosmetics, health supplements, and medications. Despite the possible effect of the plant stem cell, the technology extracting it out was not easy to come by. The main reasons lies in two. The complex structure of cells in the plant and the vulnerability of of the plant stem cells. Until recent years, scholars were now quickly aware of where the plant stem cell exists. Although later some found where it is, it was exceedingly difficult to extracting out the functional, since it is extremely vulnerable to any impulse. Once it is taken out with an impulse, it never functions again. However, in 2006, a small and medium-sized firm in South Korea, Unhwa, discovered an unprecedented way that extracting the plant stem cell out with no harms. They call this technology cambial, which literally means a new star shining through a night sky. In 2010, after 4 years it had been discovered, the Unhwa cambial technology was taken as a cover story in the Nature, one of the most authoritative science magazines. In the magazine, it differs contemporary technology in many aspects. But before delving into these many differences, let's see the basic principle between the callus cell and the plant stem cell with the comparison between catering and restaurant. Firstly, when it comes to catering, it offers up the dishes at the beginning of the dining. However, with the time, as the amount of food that starts to lack, the chef can temporarily make the food, but is limited largely to a shorter amount of the food and ingredients. How about restaurant? In restaurant, with a sufficient amount of food in the storeroom, the chef continuously serves the various food on menu. This comparison applies to the stem cell and callus cell. So like a catering, callus cell is temporarily make the cell as the skin got scarce. Plus, as same as the amount of catered food, the function of the callus cell is limited to produce over and again. However, the plant stem cell will be transformed into every part of the plant. As to its function, the plant stem is like the storage room with an sufficient amount of food is a great source of its persistent vitality. Naturally, it shows the sharp differences between. But from now on, please allow me to explain the cambial technology and the callus technology with the 3 critical criteria: sustainability, cell modification, and productivity. First of all, sustainability. When it comes to sustainability, the plant stem cell is much more superior to the callus cell. The previous technology using wound healing cell divided into at the point where they cure scars. As the scars are made with the new cells, the dividing function sharply falls. However, the plant stem cell is immortal. Under proper circumstances, the plant stem cell is possible to do the infinite cell cultivating. So let's see a video clip demonstrated on it. The second aspect is cell modification. Wound healing cell, callus, have a severe genetic variation. As we can see, scar on the skin, the color of scar is different from that of surrounding skins. This is one of the examples of the cell modification. By contrast, the plant stem cell have no genetic variation. The plant stem cell is designed to generate and producing perfect new cell for its plant's growth. Therefore, there will be no worry of creation of mutation as they grow. Last but not least, productivity. In the case of a callus, with the process of a culture, the mole cell loses productivity of a useful substance. This is because of frequent cell modification. In contrast, thanks to its self-defense ability, plain stem cell keep maintaining its productivity of a useful substance. Furthermore, they can keep remaining the healthy quality of effective components in it, unlike callus. Thanks to Unhwa's technology, Dober, currently, the various kinds of plant cell-based products are commercially viable in many fields. For example, special ingredients such as ginkgo flavonoid from the old ginkgo tree and the unique saponin from the old white ginseng and the anti-cancer compound Taxol from the yew tree. Mass production of those ingredients and elements are used as a source of ginkgo blood circulation helper and the tomato-based anti-aging cosmetics and even the high-quality old ginseng concentration, helping hundreds of thousands of people live better. In the future, this technology is just beginning. In the future, the trying out the medication of rare ingredients that cure HIV and cancer, this technology will be safer for the millions of patients. Upon use of this technology, many might think that the Korean scientists who invented this technology have a great intelligence created from the prestigious university. And they might got the limitless government finance support for this project. Actually, the opposite is close to reality. The Unhwa company was founded in a garage in 2005 with a few devices and equipment for the fire research. The things they had was the flaming compassion for the innovation and the profound compassion for the humanity. Their pure dedication for the all mankind comes to form the world-changing technology, Dober. Here then, do you remember the pure imagination of little Mark? His pure thought to be a startled plant farmer is not a dream. Now, I can be a startled plant farmer, and you can be the farmer of another plant with the Dober technology. For all kinds of plants on Earth, Dober technology is possible to apply. It is disruptive innovation in and of itself, and it has a limitless potential. I'm here sincerely hope people all around the world have a little interest in the plant stem cell technology and join this project. And I firmly believe that the Unhwa's Dober technology will make a great contribution for the better society and brighter society. Thank you all very much.